This is Dr. Greg Gillum, CEO of Human Fusion, and welcome to the final video on reinventing performance management. I hope you've enjoyed this article as much as I do. I think that this is probably one of the best articles of where to start. If you're thinking about revamping or reinventing your own performance review process, start with this article. I think it's one of the best. Deloitte knew they had a problem. They knew that ratings were not working. They knew that 58% of their managers thought that the performance review did not even evaluate performance correctly. So they put themselves under the microscope, found some significant learnings, and decided that they were going to do something about it. And so maybe you're in that situation too, where you think you need to do something about your performance review. It's going to take a lot of energy. It's a management wormhole to think that you can just tweak this or tweak that, or just put your system online and that solves everything. It doesn't. It's going to take some significant work to change your performance management system. Now let's look at some of the criteria that they used in summary fashion. Number one, they wanted to neutralize the idiosyncratic rater effect, meaning people cannot be reliable predictors of someone else's behavior. We cannot do that. Human beings cannot judge other people's competencies. What they can do is to talk about what they would do as a manager, what they would do with that person's performance, what they would do with their results. That turned out to be much more reliable. They gave each of the managers 4 questions, and they made them very extreme. If you recall back from the videos, like, I would pay this person the most money I could possibly pay them. They needed to do that in extremes so that the data points would separate a little bit. So it's a lot easier statistically to evaluate. And they ask a question on pay, they ask a question on teamwork, a question on poor performance, and a question on promotion. Then they looked at the rater. They made sure that the rater was the team leader or the manager of that person. And they shifted the focus from the past on ratings to the future on what would I do with this particular person. And they revamped their system into 3 components. Number one is one that we didn't really talk about much, and that's the annual compensation review. They divorced the performance review from the compensation piece. They took it off and made it its own separate meeting. Okay, so performance has nothing really to do with the annual compensation meeting. That took that off the table. That really helped them focus on performance only. And they did really 2 things in terms of their structure. Number one, they had weekly one-on-ones with their managers and their team members. Weekly one-on-ones. That's the fuel of their performance. And then every quarter they got together and did a snapshot where they asked the 4 questions, and that provided the data to let them look at succession planning, performance issues, that type of thing, performance paths, development paths, and those types of things. So wonderful article on how Deloitte changed their whole culture by changing their performance review system. Hope it's been as valuable for you as it was for me to go through it again. If you love these types of management related videos and want to see more, please subscribe to Human Fusion, and we'll keep you up to date on all the latest trends that are affecting your management practice today. Thank you.